Hello YouTube, welcome back to the vlog. It's been a minute, and if I've been organised, hopefully you've seen the 2 or 3 videos that I had uploaded prior to this, which is just talking through what it was like prior to us moving to Dubai. Because my husband and I, we relocated at the start of December, so we've been here for around 6 weeks now, and it's been a lot. It's been very, very busy and quite stressful, but we're here now, and we're in the place that we're going to be in for the next year, definitely. So I thought I'd hop on the vlog, and I thought the first one would be quite nice to do a little bit of an updated morning routine, day in the life, because I know that these are the ones that I've had a few people message that they enjoy. So I thought this would be good because I did a Q&A on Instagram the other day, and a few people said, how's it changed since moving to Dubai? So I thought that's what I do, and we're starting today on a Sunday because I'm going to just talk you through how I food prep and meal prep for the week, because they are 2 separate things. And then I'll pick up tomorrow and kind of talk you through the morning, because we're at a new gym, fantastic new gym in Til Al Gaf called Fit Code. And then obviously we are just into the working week. So yeah, and I'll give a little bit of a house tour at some points, but honestly so far it's going really well. Gus is clearly, he's having the time of his life. So yeah, so it's currently now, it is 18th of January at 9:30 in the morning. We've been up, done the dog walk, done the food shop, and my food is all prepped and ready for tomorrow and Tuesday. So let's talk through a little bit of meal prep. So in the kitchen, and meal prep was something towards, before we moved, it was something that I stopped doing because I was working from home, and I was like, oh no, I don't need to meal prep. And then I found that I was running around. Things, obviously, you just get so busy, then calls would get booked in last minute, or something would overrun, and then I'd end up making a meal really quick and it being absolutely rubbish. So I'm now back on the meal prep train. So how I'm basically doing it is, I have basically training day foods, and then I have a non-training day food. So I work out Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. So what I'm doing is I meal prep on a Sunday for Monday and Tuesday. So I meal prep that, as in it goes in the Tupperware, but then I also food prep for Wednesday. So I like to cook my food fresh when I'm not going to the gym, and when it's like a rest day. I don't know why, but I just think on a training day, everything tends to be pushed back slightly, because obviously gym, even though I do get up obviously very early, but that's how I kind of like to do it. So what we've got here, this is actually, this is rest day food here. So what I've done is we've batch cooked, because that's how we do things. So we've batch cooked here. So this is today's and tomorrow meal number 2, which is chicken, rice and avocado. And basically, if you're unsure of how to batch cook, or bulk cook, sorry. So I know that if I'm tracking my macros, I know that I have 50 grams of rice in all the meals that I have. So I will do, if I'm doing 3 meals, 50 times 3, 150. So I will weigh out 150 grams of raw rice. Then once that is cooked, I'll just put it into a bowl, and whatever that number is of the cooked rice, I'll just divide that by 3, and that's what goes in the Tupperware. But I've already logged the 50 grams, because I think that's what can throw people off sometimes, that cooked rice, cooked pasta, whatever it might be, weighs differently. You want to be tracking the raw, basically. So that is that. So we've got this here, and then in the fridge, in here, what we've got is I've chopped up my pineapple for the week. I've also, this is my rest day foods here. This is the food prep that I spoke to you about. So this is a meal prep, but what I have done is I've chopped and seasoned my chips that I will have on a non-training day. So it's ready. The only thing that I cook fresh is mince, because I just think for me, mince is just, it's not great. So this here is baked oats, or prepped baked oats that I will have for my breakfast. So this is just oats, protein powder, a bit of baking powder, a bit of water in there, obviously, and then the frozen berries on the top. And then when I get in for my training day, I'll put this in the air fryer, then I'll put this in. So then when I come back from the dog walk, it's ready to have. It's all about being savvy with your time, because we don't have lots of time, because we are busy people. And then I've got, this is chicken for my third meal of the day. So this is baked oats first meal, this is second meal. The third meal that I have is like a minced one, which I obviously cook from scratch. And then this is the chicken prep for my final meal of the day, because I have rice noodles with this, and rice noodles literally takes 3 minutes in the pan. So I kind of do that fresh. So everything is sort of prepped and ready for me to either just simply eat or just simply grab. And we use either pan, like I say, for the rice noodles, or if I'm doing my mince, it just goes in the air fryer for like 9 minutes and it's done. So I'll make sure that I just do something specific for that. So this just makes your life so much easier. And yes, if you are tracking, if you're trying to lose weight or whatever it is you're trying to do, meal prepping for me and macro tracking is the way to go. But even if you're just a busy gal and you aren't even working towards a specific goal at the moment, this will save you so much time. Because how long on an evening? If you think, 5 nights a week, let's say, you're in the kitchen cooking for around 30 to 45 minutes. So across the week, that's what, 2.5 to 3.5 hours that you can get back to either chill or just do something that you've been meaning to do for a long time. I know for me that means that just being able to sit on the sofa with my laptop and just like actually getting prepped for the next day and being able to get to bed a bit earlier, being able to save myself that half an hour to 45 minutes. So meal prep is absolutely good to go. And just so you can see it in the fridge, this is all the days. So this is Monday, this is Tuesday, and then this here is what I'm having today. So this is what I've just, oh no, not today, sorry, this is a rice ready for, when's this for? I actually think when this is for, but this is a rice that is made for some point. Oh, Wednesday. This is Wednesday's rice, and this is today's food. And I also do have a little bit of leftover pizza, which is gonna be a little bit of a treat today for me, for my lunch. And then we've got obviously chopped here, all prepped. And I do have in here, this is all like the veggies. So I've got the avocado ready here, remaining pepper for me to have for today. But everything's just there, neat laid out, ready to grab, and then easy peasy. And it just honestly will save you so much time, which is obviously what we want. So like I say, I've just gone past 9:30 now. I'm going to leave this here and I'm going to pick up in the morning. We are back on the 5 a.m. train because we didn't 5 a.m. train, like of waking up, we don't want to train because we just have it, our morning routine. We've actually had it this past week actually. It's been like nice and nailed. My husband and I are at slightly different gyms at the moment, which is why I think it's timed so well. Because obviously I have to get back for starting calls. He has to get back to do his bits, so it just makes it a lot easier. So I'm gonna pick this up. All I'm doing today is a little bit of work, and then I'm gonna go and hopefully get a couple of hours in the sun for a nice early night, because I've done this morning, so I don't have to do it later. It's just gonna make my life a lot easier. So I'll see you bright and early in the morning, 5 a.m, ready for a little bit of an updated morning routine and what a Monday morning kind of looks like. So I'm literally about to go to bed. It is 9:30-ish on Sunday night, ready for tomorrow. But you've got to be prepared when you are dialing in with your routine and to do it consistently, to not only be on it with your routine, maybe for your fitness goals, but just for your day-to-day life to get more done and be more productive. You've got to be organised. So everything, the house is all tidy, so we wake up in the morning, clean house, clean mind. I've got my coffee machine here, so I have my mug already ready there. I train so early in the morning, I don't have a meal. I've already got my protein powder in here to have in the morning, so just in case I put in that in some water. As soon as I've drank that, I've got my pre-pump ready to just put a spoonful in, and I've got my water bottle ready to take with me to the gym. My bag is packed just over there. I've got all of my gym clothes out. I've also got my tripod out upstairs in the office, because that's where I do my check-ins in the morning. Every Monday I do a check-in, so everything is there, so I'm not getting up in the morning and fumbling. So now my alarm will go off at 4:57 and I have 3 minutes kind of get myself up, but then everything's there just to get ready. So that is honestly one of the biggest tips that I can give you. But for now, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll show you my bits upstairs just so you can see, and then I'll see you in the morning. Clothes ready for tomorrow, jumper, watch and chart, everything in there for check-in in the morning. If you can hear him, he's up now. The gyms that we go to at the moment, they're 2 different gyms, but it's like on So mine's like a 7-minute drive and Chris is a 10-minute drive. We've only got one car, so we go together in the morning, which he actually likes. He's never usually, I've definitely made him into a morning person, but he definitely prefers it now that he's like in the rhythm of doing it because he's here. So this is a routine that I do every single morning. Even if I don't go to the gym, I will get up. If I train Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday. Saturday's always a little bit more relaxed. But even on a Wednesday and a Friday, I will still do this whole routine at the same time, getting up, go on a walk. We've got a community gym nearby that doesn't have loads of equipment, but I'll maybe go and do a walk on the treadmill, go do a stretch from our on-demand Pilates instructor that we have within the emilymorsecoaching app, just so it always feels normal. And then come the weekend, I'm naturally waking up at like 5:30, 6 anyway. Sleep is staying at around 7 hours, 6:50 to sort of 8:10 is kind of like my range. But when you get in that routine, your body's so much more responsive to everything. You feel so much more productive. So that's kind of how the week looked. But today, so I just sort of got up. I no longer snooze. Like I have 2 alarms. I have my phone alarm, my Whoop, which goes off 3 minutes before my other alarm, so that like buzzes on your wrist. So that kind of your coffee set. So that kind of Christian slowly can see me. That kind of like wakes me up a little bit, and then I have my main alarm which goes off 3 minutes later. And most of the time I am up, but every so often I fall about sleep, so I use that as a get up, go to clean your teeth, wash your face, one of them. Check in, which I'm actually now moving that in the moment, typing that there. I actually couldn't take my photo because I thought my tripod was upstairs and it's not in the car, so I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. But it doesn't matter because my check-in date is tomorrow anyway. And then get the boys, bring them downstairs, get them out for a wee, and then whilst they've had their wee, make my morning coffee, make Christian's morning coffee, have morning protein shake, prep all my drinks, all of that, feed the boys, and then just sit here and have like 10-15 minutes of just chill, no phone, before go off to the gym. Then usually at the gym at around 10 past, 6, and then we do gym, and then we come back. You're not usually a morning person, but you're actually enjoying it at the minute, aren't you?
I'm a morning person.
Yeah, no, he is a morning person, and he's, no matter what time the alarm's got to go up, he can just get up and go. And I think as well the sun does help, like, because obviously now we're in Dubai, like at the moment it's pitch black, like outside. It is pitch black, but it is,
It's dark outside.
oh yeah, it's dark outside, but then obviously very, very soon the sun's up and it's so warm, and I do think that does help, because when I was at home, I'll still get up in the morning regularly, but when it's cold, it does make it harder because you want to stay in bed and stay cozy. So having the same coffees I have every single day, which is low-fat milk, 70ml low-fat milk. I'll have oat milk for my second coffee, and I have the Nespresso double espresso scuro, and then I have usually the collagen that I have is Corexico, which is UK brand, but until I go home and stock up, I can't get that, which is very, very sad. But the one that I use in between is a vegetable protein spot, because at the end of the day, if it's good enough for Jennifer Aniston, it's good enough for me. So we're gonna have this now. We're gonna have a little bit of a quiet minute, and then we're gonna head off to the gym. And today is the first of 3 glute days. So I'll take you through a few little clips of that, because training day will be for a separate day. So I'll see you when we're at the gym. Right, up and out the gym. It's a bit fresh today. I've got leg glutes, like I said, and I've had to buy, so this is like a little booster seat for the leg press. Because for those who don't know, I'm 5 foot nothing. I'm very tiny, and with certain machines, sometimes my legs aren't long enough, and then I can't even, I have to compensate by not being in the right position, then you worry about injury, or it's I just can't do the movement properly, and that is not what we want when we have gains to get. So I'm now here in Til Al Gaf, which is like a 7-minute drive from where we live, and the gym I'm going to is Fit Code. It's a gorgeous gym. Here we are, gonna go in and get the first out of 4 sessions done and dusted. And workout done. I only got a couple of clips because my camera battery started to die, but Mr. Morse is here.
I'm here.
Perfect timing. I think I said earlier, he comes on the way, he goes me and Chris on the way back. Obviously, he comes and picks me up, and he pulled up just as I was leaving. So, but that was good. So it was quite busy in that gym there this morning. Not too busy, like you can get on absolutely everything, but it was a bit more vibey than usual in the morning, which was lovely. So, on our way home now, and then as soon as I get in, I'm going to put the camera on charge, but I'm going to put my baked oats already prepped. So I'm going to put the baked oats in the air fryer. So then, when we get back from walking the dogs, my breakfast is ready to have, and then we can get dressed, showered, and ready for the day. All done to a time, specific. So we'll see you now after the dog walk because I need to charge the camera. So just got in. The dogs are excited for their walk. Paul, please be quiet. So this is the baked oats that we made earlier. I've been making them with far too much water, so I've put quite a little bit less in, so hopefully it works fine. But here we go. You can see. So we've got oats, protein powder, and there is frozen berries in there and a little bit of like sweetener in there as well. So I'm just gonna put this, some leftover chicken from last night in there. Great. In the air fryer, put it on bake for temperature 180 and time for 15 minutes. And by the time I come back, that'll be ready. So I'm just gonna go and get my jumper on. Are you ready for walkies? Are you ready for walkies? I'm gonna walk the dogs, come back, and then I'll show you the breakfast. There we have the baked oats. I'm gonna sit outside in the garden on our new outdoor furniture and just have brekkie. It is 8:20, so now I've got 40 minutes to have my breakfast and get dressed before 9 AM because that is when I have my catch up with my assistant just to talk through how last week went, this week's targets and all things like that. And then today's just an admin day, so I think then I might actually take my laptop with me to the golf course. It is just on where we live, to go and just do a bit of work away from the house. So I do think that helps with my productivity massively as well. But Monday is, I used to do check-ins on a Monday. However, I think what is best for me as a person and best for me as a coach, I've moved that now. So Monday is set up for the week, reply to client messages, do a little bit of phone feedback, but get the week set up from a business perspective, get me physically ready, set up, and then I do check-ins on Tuesday and Wednesday. And it just makes everything run a lot smoother. I think, so many people look over structure and routine and think, oh, it's boring, but it really is what connects everything together. If you don't have your routine and it's not set, and every day you're kind of guessing how the day starts is how the day will end. Like if I wake up and say if I sleep through my alarm so I don't get the workout in, then I am so unproductive. If I wake up and I haven't got my food shop, I haven't got my food in, I will eat rubbish. So it's all just about making sure that you're looking after yourself and that routine is embedded. And like I think I've said at the start yesterday when I was doing my prep, whether you've got a goal or not, routine and structure, it's not just waking up out of bed at the last minute, quickly getting a coffee down, you're rushing off to work, then especially as women, if you're a 30-plus-year-old woman and you're wanting to just maybe, improve how you're feeling about yourself, if you're constantly in that kind of like fight or flight, even if you don't feel it, cortisol within your body is higher, then you're going to feel constantly stressed and you're never going to feel at your best. You've got to make sure that you're easing yourself into your day, easing yourself out of your day. That's for another video. And just always being one step ahead of the game. It's really important that you are. So yes, I'm gonna sit a minute, have my breakfast, and then I'll check back in with you when we are dressed and ready for the day. All right, so we're at the desk now. It's 1 minute to 9. And it's a catch-up call with I have showered by the way. Just having a catch-up call with my assistant who just helps me manage socials and back end of things like that, which just helps massively. So this is just to make sure that we're on track, making sure that everything is being ticked off properly. Yeah, probably catch up with her and then into some client replies and phone feedback before we carry on with business. Morning. Hello. Good, how are you? Right, so about 45 minutes or so later, heading in the car with my chauffeur. Chris is going to get his hair done and I'm going to go and sit and just do a little bit of work out at the golf estate near us. And then Chris is going to join me for an hour afterwards, and then we'll head back for lunch and then the afternoon work block. So I'll check in with you again to talk through what the rest of the morning looks like. So it's a little bit later now. You will have seen I went to the golf course to do a bit of work, and for some reason, I've been there before and the security guy told me to stop filming. So I don't want to make any enemies, so I was like, okay, fine. So I just literally sat down and I just did my client messages. This was the view, you can see, very nice. But what I tend to do, like I say, Monday so far, you've seen we're up, I do my me time, which is my workouts, I have my breakfast, I have my dog walk, and I get myself set. Business meeting first, and then I'll have because I have another coach who works for me. We're having our meeting in 2 minutes, and I've obviously got to wait for her to wake up because she's in the UK, so that's given me a nice bulk of time to just write down my list in I'm kind of a notepad and a girly and a Notion girl, so I have a notepad where I just, anything that comes to mind every single day, or like at the start of the week, I'll just brain dump. This is everything that I need to get done this week, and then I go into my Notion and I delegate. And I just get that in, right, this is this day, this is this day. So that gives me then a good, really, 3.5-ish hours to just do admin, reply to client messages that came through, because I tend to log off on a Sunday afternoon, evening, just to have some refresh, so get back to them via messages. Then that way I know everyone's happy. If there's any issues that have come up, all of that, I'll look at my Stripe and just make sure no one's payments have failed. All of this sort of thing, just to make sure that everything is all running well. And obviously sometimes there are of course messages that don't always nice to see on a Monday morning, but never mind, they have got to get done. So now I'm just having a call with my second coach just to have a catch up. We've got a full team training day coming up soon, so we're planning that. We've got the first confidence shoot of the year, which is where we do a little prep to do a photo shoot at the end, and then that is kind of at the end of my morning routine, because it's 1 p.m. now, and that's when I go into the afternoon kind of work. So I'm going to hop on this call with Chrissy, and then I'll get back to you after this so we can just kind of have a round up. Morning!
Good morning.
Hello. Good, how are you?
Thank you.
Alright, so it's next day now, and I was coming on to wrap up this video. So that was my updated morning routine whilst out in Dubai. I'm sure it will tweak and change slightly as we go throughout, but the core is very much still the same as what I was doing at home, but just obviously slightly changing. It is quite nice, especially with my job as online coach, with the majority of my clients are UK based or Europe based. I get the morning to just sort myself out before I start. Well, the morning, 4 hours from 5 to 9 to just set up, whereas usually at home it's when I'm up, my clients are getting up and I can see messages coming through, and as much as I try to not respond to a certain time, it's really hard when you can see a question, so that way I can get myself ready. So I do truly believe it benefits everyone, but honestly I can't talk enough about the power of your morning routine, and I will do an evening routine at some point as well, because that is still being finessed at the moment, just with getting used to mainly the time difference. I am just working a bit later, but your morning routine, you have to get up, you have to give yourself a couple of minutes quiet time, not straight coffee straight into work. Wake up, have a minute, go get your movement in, whether that be a class, a stretch, a walk, go to the gym like I do. It's so important that you set the tone for your day, because you'll make better choices in what you eat, in what you do, and you'll be more productive. And it also puts you in a really good place where if your morning routine and your wake up routine is set, the wind down routine becomes easy, because you start to get in a really good rhythm of I wake up at this time, I go to bed at this time. Your body naturally starts to get into that routine and that rhythm as well, and it just helps. It's all linked. But hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know down below what you would like to see, any questions that you've got, and I will get putting together. There's weekly videos coming now, mixture between the vlogs and maybe a little bit more sort of knowledge bombs, let's say, but yes, so make sure to hit that like button, make sure to subscribe. A video coming every week now, so looking forward to that. But for now, have a good day, have a good night wherever you are, and we'll see you in the next one.